Hello at Jam and Thrive Kids. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is day number 22, so I'm going to start singing a Taylor Swift song. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that, but it is day 22. And today we are talking about serving like we are this whole week, and we're in the Red Letter Challenge for Kids. So thanks for taking time out of your day to learn more about Jesus with me. I absolutely love that. Today's reading is from Luke chapter 14, just like yesterday actually, verses 13 through 14. It says, "But when you give a banquet, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, the blind, and you will be blessed." So that's what we're going to be diving into today. So my question for you today is, what is your all-time favorite TV show? Now, you can either pause this video and discuss that with your family, talk about your favorite TV show, or you can draw your favorite TV show, or you can write down your favorite TV show, okay? So do one of those options. You can either talk about it, you can draw it, or you can write it down. But what is your favorite TV show? I'll give you a second. All right. So when you're trying to pick a favorite TV show, how do you decide amongst your brother, sister, or friends? Have you ever said this when you're trying to decide what TV show to watch? Have you ever said, "I'll let you watch your show first as long as we watch my show afterwards"? I bet some of your moms and dads have said that too, right? That's being fair, right? If I watch your show, you have to watch my show. See, Jesus knows that we have a natural tendency to want things to be fair and even. He knows it's hard for us when it feels like we're doing more work than someone else, or if we don't get as much as we think is fair. But sometimes we get so wrapped up in being fair that we lose sight of why we're doing things in the first place. Jesus tells us that sometimes we need to do things, even if it's not fair. We do things even when we won't get anything in return. And that's where it gets kind of tricky. In Luke chapter 14, 12 through 14, Jesus says, "When you give a luncheon or a dinner, do not invite your friends, your brothers or sisters, your relatives or your rich neighbors. If you do, they might invite you back, and so you will be repaid. But when you give a banquet, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, the blind, and you will be blessed. Although they cannot repay you, you will be repaid at the resurrection of the righteous." Whew, what does that all mean? Well, it's definitely not talking about social distancing. That's not why it's telling you not to invite your friends and brothers and sisters and relatives over. It's telling you to invite and to get to know and to love and to serve those that might not be able to give that back to you. They might not be able to repay you in the way that's fair. Jesus is asking us to be with people who may not be able to hang out with us in certain ways we want. For example, a disabled friend might not be able to play certain games that you love to play. But that doesn't mean you should avoid hanging out with them, right? Jesus tells us to reach out to those who might not look, act, or sound like us. He wants us to get to know them, those that are different from us, to invite them over, not yet, not now, but to get to know them, even if they're different. He wants us to get out of our comfort zones, to stretch a little bit, to serve others, and maybe we'll make some new friends when we do that. So what's usually holding us back from getting to know people that might be different from us or might not be able to repay us for what we do for them? Well, it's usually two things. One of them is kind of just this fear, right? So if you have to be the one to reach out to get to know a new friend, you might be kind of shy and you might be afraid that maybe they won't like you back. It also could just be laziness, right? We might not want to take the energy it takes to get to know someone that's different from us. It might not come as naturally as being friends with the friends that we already have. We might think it's just too much work. Or maybe we simply forget about making an effort to do it in the first place. When you reach out to someone who cannot give back to you, maybe you say to yourself, "It's not fair." However, you might be surprised. The people you reach out to may show you loyalty and friendship that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Jesus breaks all the fairness rules. He loves people for who they are. He loved you before you were even born. Can you imagine that? He loved you before you were born and before you could run, play, draw, or speak. When we meet Jesus who struggle in life, look for the gifts and talents that they do have. Jesus loved you at your worst and most helpless, and he died to save you. He did something for us by dying on the cross that we can never repay. We can never pay him back for that, no matter how hard we try. We didn't deserve it, but he died for us anyways. Isn't that amazing? It wasn't fair, but it was love, true love, a love that serves. Because Jesus gave his life for us, we can go from fair to free. I love that. Fair to free. Say that with me. Fair to free. We can freely give to others without worrying if it's fair or not. Serving others and giving to others without getting anything in return is something we get to do, that we are free to do, not something we have to do. We serve other people because we want to be more like Jesus, and that's awesome. There's 2 challenges for you today. One of them is to just let someone else have their way instead of you. So that could mean letting someone else be in charge of the TV or the iPad today. I know, it's a big sacrifice. But here's another challenge that might even be harder. Find a way to spend time with people who are different from you. This could be someone that's disabled or autistic or speaks a different language or is elderly. Challenge yourself to find common ground and respect for what they bring to you. You might be surprised that you get to know them really well and you form a new friend. And that would be wonderful. So try calling someone new or FaceTiming a friend, someone that might be a little different from you. That's your challenge for today, and I know that you can do it. And we can serve others that might be different from us. All right, guys, we're going to end this time together with prayer. So fold your hands, bow your heads with me, and you can repeat after me. Dear God, thank you for today. Thank you for serving us and teaching us how to serve others. Help us to serve those that are different, just like you did. In your name I pray. Amen. Thank you, Jam and Thrive Kids, for being here today. I appreciate it so much, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.